A woman on the verge of giving birth walked into a police station, desperate to find her husband who had vanished 2 weeks ago. Her name was Beati, and she had been living in the UK for years. Her husband was a programmer who had returned to India on a business trip a month ago, and then disappeared without a trace. So Beati had no choice but to make the long journey back to her home country. At the station, the police asked her for a recent photo of her husband. Beati explained that for some reason, her husband absolutely hated having his picture taken. In all their years of marriage, she only had one selfie of him, and it was from 2 years ago. The officer raised an eyebrow, skeptical. Beati told him that her husband worked on a national security project. On top of that, they had eloped when they got married. The officer instantly understood. After finishing the paperwork, Beati suddenly doubled over in pain, nearly fainting. Officer Rana quickly offered to give her a ride. Beati was staying at the same hotel her husband had used. The place was a dump, filthy and run down. It was hard to imagine anyone coming back from abroad would stay somewhere like this. The hotel owner insisted that Beati's husband had never stayed there.
लेकिन आपका husband नहीं है, मैंने था.
But Beati wouldn't back down. She told Rana the owner was lying. She said there was a golden peacock statue by the elevator. She had seen it in a video call with her husband. Rana walked over to the elevator and sure enough, there it was.
सब झूठ क्यों बोल रहे हैं? ये मुझे नहीं पता.
Inside the room, Beati gazed out the door at the bustling traffic below, her eyes brimming with tears. But standing outside, Rana couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Early the next morning, Beati went to her husband's company. They told her that her husband had never worked there and had certainly never been assigned to any national security project. Beati pulled out his photo and begged HR to help.
नहीं, ये यहाँ नहीं आया था.
आए थे, मैंने ही उन्हें भेजा था.
That's when Rana showed up with news. An unidentified body had been found. When they opened the morgue freezer, Beati threw up, but she also breathed a sigh of relief. It wasn't her husband. The two continued their search, heading to her husband's old school, but the teacher said no one by that name had ever studied there.
उस घर में कोई अर्णव पक्षी नहीं था.
They went looking for his uncle's house, only to find the building didn't exist. The neighbors said no such family had ever lived in the village. Every piece of evidence pointed to one impossible conclusion: Beati's husband had never existed at all.